So before we are ready to stretch muscles, there are certain muscles that get particularly tight when we have a forward head posture. And one of these is called the sternum, this is our sternum, clitomastoid, the mastoid process muscle. And you'll see this muscle as I turn my head, right here. And there's another branch that goes down to the clavicle, this bone over here. So how do you find this on yourself? You'll take your pulse with the opposite hand. You're going to come down, find your pulse. Then once you've found your pulse, you're going to replace your thumb and index, your index and third finger with your thumb. So the thumb goes in the place of your pulse, and you're going to push away from your pulse. So you don't ever want to massage your pulse anywhere in your body. So now I'm going to turn my head a little bit more, and that muscle is going to come right into my thumb. I'm going to go and grab the other side of the muscle with my fingers. And that gentle squeeze is all that muscle needs for a massage. If you squeeze it and it feels fine, you're going to move up the muscle. Just follow that rope-like structure all the way to near your temporal mandibular joint, your jaw here. So you're going to come all the way up, and then you're going to work your way back down. Again, staying away from the pulse, working your way down the muscle. If it feels fine, great. If there were spots that you went, whoa, that's really very uncomfortable, very somewhat painful actually sometimes, then you can't hurt the muscle by squeezing it, but do respect the fact that you want to just create an intensity of about 5 out of 10, and throughout the day, go back and squeeze it 10 times, a dozen times, and then leave it alone, and several times a day until you can get rid of all the tender spots in these muscles. So that's one key muscle for you to work on. The next one is going to be the one at the base of your skull. And that one we're going to use balls on the floor. So the little muscles at the base of the neck, the suboccipital muscles, they get very tight from being in a forward head posture. So when you try to stretch your neck like this, sometimes they just don't want to let go because they have little trigger points in them. And so using a ball that you can place just at the very base of your skull, and you can rest your hands over the ball, and then gently moving your head as though you're turning from side to side ever so slightly, or that's probably the most comfortable. For some people, a little bit of a nod. Might do it on some of the side muscles, but you just want to have enough pressure that you feel a gentle release in the muscles at the base of your neck. Once those muscles feel released, the next stretch you can do for the little suboccipital muscles is a chin tuck. And that's where you draw your chin down towards the ground, and you want to feel a lengthening in those muscles at the base of your skull. The next exercise you can do to start opening up the muscles of your chest that have been pulled forward, so to start opening up your pec minor, would be to have your hands up by your ears. And then, breath in. As you exhale, you bring your upper arms, forearms down towards the mat. Inhale back up. Exhale back. The reason I encourage people to incorporate their breath is that oftentimes if you're very tight, As you bring your arms back, your low back is going to want to take advantage of that space that it's trying to give up. So before you begin any of these postural exercises, you want to make sure that the space that's in the small of your back stays the same throughout the exercise. So for some people, placing a little rolled towel the size of your hand is really helpful, so that you know that the whole time that you do that exercise, your spine is staying in its very best alignment. If when you lie flat on your back, you find that your head is wanting to look back, then take however many towels you need, fold them under your head till you have your very best posture, still with this nice alignment, but not more towels than you need, because that's just going to put you back where your head has been for too long. So you're just trying to get that little tiny bit of a stretch while you're doing another exercise, superimposing and keeping your alignment the whole time. Another great exercise to do to start working on increasing the flexibility of the muscles that pull you forward is an arm reach. So reaching your arm behind you, lengthening. All the while that you keep your spine straight and you're reaching either with one arm or you can reach with both arms simultaneously. Again, use the support that you need under your head. So you can do it as a slide. Some people like to do it as an overhead reach. Whatever feels best for you. Anything that starts to open your body up is a great way to start increasing the mobility through your mid-back and help you to regain some of the lost range. This is called an angel wings or angel in the snow, where you're pressing your arms down as though you're creating an indentation in the snow, and you continue to slide up, keeping your chin tucked, keeping that small space in the small of your back all the same. As long as your arms stay in contact with the floor, you keep sliding up. If you lose contact, then that's as far as you go for this day, and then come back down. So these are a few examples of the postural exercises that you'll find in Exercise for Better Bones that will help you work on improving your posture.